Hello, my name is Tracy. Today I'm going to discuss the 6 assumptions of Andragogy and how they will guide my final project for IDL 7150. My targeted audience for my video lesson is for individuals who are anticipating their first public appearance or media interview. Because as an independent PR rep, I want to grow as you grow. So let's go ahead and explore these 6 flexible assumptions and how they will be guiding my final project. The first assumption is the need to know. Adults must understand why the information is important to learn. They choose what they want to learn, when they're going to learn it, and how they're going to learn it. This assumption will be used as an introductory phase of the project by explaining to participants how to prepare ahead of time, come up with talking points, expressions to avoid, and to simply be ready for anything that may be tossed their way. This gets a person engaged and active in the content that will be presented. Next, we'll take a look at self-concept. The learner is self-directed and takes ownership of their learning. They do this by choosing ways of how to implement what they have learned. This can be achieved with self-directed activities, including researching and exploring different media interviews and public appearances held by celebrities, politicians, health practitioners, government officials, and similar people who are presenting in the media spotlight. This assumption will be used throughout the entire project, and you will see common mistakes that people make without media training or minimal training involved. The participants can respond to case studies and different scenarios and apply their choices for how they would address the different media scenarios that will be presented. On to experience. We all come from diverse backgrounds and bring tons of experiences to the table. Having that kind of knowledge is good, and it can be bad as well, as biases can occur. However, as the instructor of this project, I will use some of my personal experiences with the media and giving interviews, and I will encourage the participants to share their stories as well. And doing this will help facilitate group discussions in projects that have to do with media training. Fourth, readiness to learn. New roles require new knowledge. If there's a step that someone doesn't want to learn, then they are not ready to learn the overall concept of media training. As the facilitator, it is up to me to get participants ready with all the fundamental knowledge they will need to take ownership of their learning. This is assumption that is connected to our first assumption of need to know. I will clearly explain and reiterate the video's purpose and reinforce the key messages throughout the entire video project, because I don't want you to forget one single step when it comes to speaking with the media or making a public appearance to promote an item or service. Next assumption is orientation to learning. This assumption is also known as problem-focused learning. The learning must be relevant with immediate impact. People want to see results right now. So learners identify the problem, learn how to solve the problem, and quickly apply the knowledge that they have learned from the videos and the lessons at hand. During the presentation, I will discuss project-based activities. Participants can apply their strategies and competency-based approaches to what they have learned. This can be developed as their own personal outline for media interview tips. Lastly, and this is a very important assumption, and it ties everything together: motivation. Children have different motivating factors that are primarily external, such as parents, teachers, their peers, grades, and other incentives to get them to do a project. With adults, the motivational factors are a little bit more internal. They're items that are needed for self-development. Perhaps you want to learn a new skill. Perhaps you need to learn this new skill to get that promotion you've always craved. It's a boost to your self-esteem. If you're in an environment that fosters collaboration, respect, and support, that overall environment will also help encourage your motivation. And as you see today, these are the 6 flexible assumptions that I will be using to guide my project. They're all incredibly important, and I'm glad I was able to share them with you today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments for me. Thank you, and have a great day.